Welcome to Clearcoat Confessions, where the dirt gets hunted down and the shine hits like a knockout. From beat-up daily drivers to weekend showstoppers, we're breaking down the art of clean, one panel at a time. Detailing tips, insider tricks, and the kind of passion that doesn't wash off. So pull up, tune in, and let's make that ride look dangerous again.
All opinions expressed on Clearcoat Confessions are those of the hosts and do not reflect the views of any affiliates or sponsors.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clearcoat Confessions podcast number 18. Who thought we would even get past number 2? And here we are at the 18th one, right?
I did.
Yeah, we made it. Hey, so little bit different format tonight on picking things. We've got a couple wheels. I put the topics in a wheel. We're going to spin the wheel, figure out what the topic is. Then we're going to spin the wheel, and we will see who's going to go first. And Adamo has requested that we take it easy on him tonight. He's been working pretty hard, so we will do that. One last thing, we will have a giveaway tonight. I think it's a 32-ounce bottle of hot coat. So make sure you pay attention to what's going on tonight. Okay, get your notes out. If you see me bending down or anybody on here writing something down, take notes and think about it. Okay, and a little bit later on, Brandon is going to ask the question, but just because he's asking the question doesn't mean that he's not getting input, because we have a private comment section up here. Okay, all right. So give me a second here to pull this wheel up, and we will select our subject. Everybody ready? And that's usually a yes here. So, okay.
Sure, why not? Let's do it.
Let's do it. Right.
That's why Vi's sitting here.
Yeah.
He wants to be able to get the giveaway.
No one tell him about the giveaway.
Okay, so everyone should see this, right?
No, I don't see it. I'm just going, yeah, I see it.
Okay, so here we go. Oh, darn it. What the heck just happened here? There we go.
What'd you do?
All right. So, so here's the topics. Here's the topic. The one product challenge. Okay, this is going to be our first topic. And we're going to spin to see who gets to go first.
Big money, big money.
I got more money on Fernando.
No win.
And it's Fernando. There we go. That's just part of your payback, Fernando.
What? What did I do? Because I found the declaration.
What didn't you do?
You ran late at Safeway again.
You want me to pull my phone up and all my text messages? All right.
I'm surprised Vice didn't win that one, though. I'm shocked.
You never know. He could win the second one. So it's a one product challenge. If you only had one product that you had to take care of an entire car, what would it be, and what's your reason behind it? So Fernando, since you were selected, let's go ahead and start with you.
You can't pick water.
No, I think honestly, and I'm gonna go back to when we did that MVP of your products, rinseless, right? And for me, Nemesis is probably my favorite rinseless to use. I actually kind of like rinseless, the Nemesis V1 over V2, but I still haven't played around too much with V2. But I really like the V1. But with any rinseless, right? You can dilute it to different dilution ratios for your quick detailer, your waterless wash, or just a regular wash. You can use it for interior. I mean, Frankie was just talking about how he used one for interior detailing previously, and it's just your Swiss Army knife, right? You can pretty much clean everything with that. Yeah, you're not going to be doing super dirty cars, but I'm usually not, right? It's my own car, and I try to keep it pretty clean on a regular basis. So I think rinseless and Nemesis would be my product of choice.
Hard to argue with that one.
Quick
Yeah.
question, sidebar. Fernando, are you skipping V2 going right to V3 since you're still on V1?
I have V2, and I was afraid to use V2 because I was afraid I was going to leave the rest of what I had of V1 just sitting there, right? So, but I tried it, and I actually kind of like V1 more.
Frankie's
Sell
got fans.
V2.
You got a fan club over here, Frankie.
Frankie's
Dave
got a
completely
fan.
sidestepped the question, man. He completely sidestepped the question.
Like a true politician.
Here you go, Letty. Here you go. Look at that. There you go.
Yeah.
Letty.
I plead the fifth.
All right. So,
Frankie's married to work. That's all. He's married to hard work.
Exactly.
So,
That's actually my girlfriend, by the way. So,
well, yeah, we saw her when you guys were down at Josh's, right?
yes.
But for
No, that
going
was
back,
somebody else.
going back to Fernando. So you really did sidestep the question.
Yeah.
So are you going to use your V2 or are you going to go straight to V3?
No, I have used V2, and I'm going to finish that V2, but I've been trying to finish my V1, and now I'm kind of like, now that I've tried it, I'm like, well, I think I want to save my V1 now. So,
Well, there you go. Okay.
So by the time you get to the V2 and finish V2, you're going to
You'll
be
be on
onto
V4.
V4 coming
Yeah, that's
out.
kind of what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
Or
exactly.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better order V3 so you actually get to try it.
Yeah.
While it's in when it's in stock. Is it in?
Yeah.
What is it in stock?
Before they replace
No,
it.
it hasn't come out yet.
Oh, okay.
The waterless is mine. Just shipped my waterless actually.
Frankie, how about you?
Well,
What's your one product and why?
so after today, I could tell you for a fact, rinseless wash is the one product that I'm going to stick with if I had to. The product I used today was just insane. It did everything I needed to do. It had cleaning ability. It had slickness. The only thing it doesn't have is protection, which that's the only thing I guess.
HydroSafe.
I just said, yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can go. HydroSafe is a rinseless, so I guess a product would be rinseless. Any type of rinseless would work, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
we're not talking about brand specific.
So rinseless would have to be it. You can use it for cleaning carpets. You can use it for cleaning interior, windows, the outside of the car. You can use it on wheels. It's just a Swiss Army knife. You just can't go wrong with it. It's just a lot harder for people in the mobile detailing industry to convert to rinseless. I think that's just too big of a step.
Yeah, for a professional, it's a tough ask for anyone to go off one product. And you have 3 pH system with Labo, like even for rinseless, and now you got Fat Nut with the dry on and lift mode and all that stuff. But nothing's gonna replace a good old fashioned foam on, and at the very least you got to get away with a hybrid wash.
Yeah.
So I mean that's just my 2 cents on it. But if me as an enthusiast, like you're saying, Frankie, I mean, yeah, I could the way I keep my cars on point, I could survive off rinseless till I can sell my cars basically. And you got a lot of different options out there. You got Labo with the 3 pH. You got the hybrid wash now with Detail Co. And I used them both as a shampoo and a rinseless, and they both work. So now, do I think we can get away with a disaster detail? I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
But we can get like 90% of the way there, with just rinseless. So I mean, that's just my 2 cents on the matter. But I think I have a feeling we're all going to say rinseless. Does anyone want to raise their hand who's not going to use rinseless as their one product?
Yeah, I'm not.
Greg,
All right,
Ricardo, Brandon.
I stand
Okay, there you
corrected.
go. Jeff.
Yeah, go ahead, Ricardo.
Okay, well, for me, I see what Dave's point. I see what Frankie and Fernando were talking about. Definitely versatile, gets you, like you said, 90% of the way there. So to kind of be just a little different, but also kind of stay on that versatility type situation, an APC. And currently the favorite one that I have is citrus, and citrus is one of those dilutable, you can use it all over the car, interior, exterior. Obviously, you got to be careful. You got to neutralize. It is a strong chemical, but something like the APC, you can go from the engine bay to the paint to the wheel wells to the interior, especially if it's hammered. So to me, and I guess, it kind of plays along with, exactly the name of the product, right? It's an all-purpose cleaner. And to me, that would be something that I definitely wouldn't want to be without in my arsenal. Again, like I said, it's not gonna. Yep. Yes, one of the best. Citrus. I haven't tried the quiver, the pineapple. I haven't tried that yet.
I'm actually enjoying it a lot.
It's good. It's good. It's got a nice scent. You could dilute it 25-1. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's a lot of the same factors as rinseless with the APC. But again, like I said, I maybe I'm compensating and I just like stronger things. But I do like, I think APC would be my choice.
Thank you, Ricardo, for sharing.
Yeah. For me, I'm not doing, if I'm doing somebody's car outside of the family, I'm not doing their interior. So, and it's usually a hammered vehicle. And so right now when I get a hammered vehicle, I'm using a combination of 2 different products. One is the decon, one is citrus. But if I had to choose one, I would probably go with decon to do the tires, wheels, and the exterior of the car, and go that way. And depending on how dirty it is, I would adjust the dilution rate from 1 to 10 up to 1 to 20 or 1 to 25, something like that. There's been a couple videos from the UK where, I'm pretty sure it was the UK, where they've just used the decon just to clean the car. And
yeah, you did that video on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the direction I would go. Again, that's just me. I don't, if I'm doing somebody else's car, I don't do interiors, so I don't worry too much about it. But I'm looking forward to giving some of the new rinselesses that are coming out a try on the interior once they hit the market. So that's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Who wants to go next?
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
On Fernando again.
Yeah. Jeff, how about you?
I think I would pick Adapt from ADS. It's a waterless wash. You can use it in the interior. If it was exterior only, I would probably say Defy from Ethos because I actually like that better. But Adapt doesn't leave as much slickness behind, so I'd feel better about using it in my interior. That was always my, I kept it in my glove box bottle, So if I came out of a store and there was, I don't know, bird dropping on my car or whatever, it was like the product that I had to clean that up,
I'll have to add that the Amplify, that's my go-to finisher right there.
It's good stuff.
I love using that stuff after I finish washing the car.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
It's just so slick. It adds protection, and it hardly ever I never get a streaking from it at all, ever. It's, like I said, I was out in 100-degree heat right now, and no streaks whatsoever.
Do you use it wet? Do you use a drying aid? Or
yeah,
or dry?
It's drying aid. Right after I rinse off the car.
Gotcha.
And I mean, for me, I've used Amplify. I have Phobic on one of my vehicles, going on 9 months, and all I've done is top it with Amplify as a drying aid. And I think some of you have seen some of that video, man. I mean, the hydrophobics and that coating is still 100% intact.
Yeah,
It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Brandon, what's going on?
Okay, well, this one just came out, so hear me out. There's this detailing bag. You would not believe how awesome it is. But no, that would not be it. Probably waterless, because I think that, with the better waterless washes, you've got a little bit of protection there if you want it. And then you can just dilute it on down if you don't want it. So to me, I think waterless is probably a little more versatile, bang for the buck. So that's where I'm at.
What does the new Detail Co have protection in it?
Yeah.
They say it's quite stout. The new
I feel like
waterless.
Detail Co puts protection in almost everything they're selling lately, like the wake heater, detail sprays, like the acidic ones, the waterless wash. If it's not hydrophobic, it's not for them, basically, lately.
Well, I mean, if you're doing a boat, though, like, you need all the help you can get, right?
Yeah.
So, and waterless for me, like their waterless, which I'm, hoping is arriving soon. The versatility is there, right? So if you want something stout just to throw on, you can go straight. If you don't want a ton of protection, you can cut it, 10 to 1 or 15 to 1 or whatever. So it's versatile.
A lot of the UK, like when I was Neil, I think it was Neil John sent me some stuff from the UK, like the Fat Nut, but I also asked him to get me some other stuff, and a lot of them were just waterless washes that they just say cut down to make a rinseless out of it. And I found that they really weren't that great as a rinseless. They're excellent waterless washes, but they are horrible rinselesses.
Interesting.
So in that aspect, when you dilute less with the rinseless, does it compare to a waterless? Like if you use a 64 to 1?
I've been using Yum 64 to 1 as a waterless because I ran out of my PNS waterless and I wanted to hold on.
What waterless?
PNS?
What waterless?
What waterless?
PNS?
Oh, I'm so sorry. That flew right over my head. So
I'm sorry. Nothing flies over your head, dude. You catch it all.
Come on,
You're
man.
being sarcastic.
We're big dumb animals here, people.
The Yum 64 to 1 is very good and it's very strong. Like if I've got a bird bomb, I'm definitely using that. Looking forward to seeing what the new Detail Co waterless is going to be like, though.
Mm-hmm. I would have to agree.
Yeah, the only thing I would, warn someone about making a waterless out of their rinseless is there are certain products that will leave high residue if you let it dry in the sun or whatever, and you're going to have a bear of a time getting them out, because I'm not sure if it's the protection in them or if it's the, surfactants package inside them. Some of them are just a pain in the ass to get out the spots. But that's only if you don't wipe right away. But in waterless, you're usually wiping right away.
Yeah. Or you've got it straight onto your microfiber towel, and then
Right.
Yeah, the one I think it's the waterless from Luminous. I'm just having a hard time with the scent of that one. It's just a little too much for me.
You're talking about the original Luminous, like. Mm-hmm. I have a hard time because it's not slick at all. Like it cleans, but there is no, like it doesn't feel safe. I know that's all probably in my head, but it's hard for me to throw down and use that straight waterless because it doesn't feel like it's slick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Adama, I'm sorry. I'll take it easy on you, Adama. Don.
No, it's okay. Don's next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I had to pick one, I would probably go with rinseless. Again, versatility, but that's not to say that APC is not versatile, because You can always dilute APCs, and the same with waterless. I mean, I don't think you're going to make a bad choice whichever way you go with any of those items. And it's whatever you feel comfortable, using, and you have the most of. If you're running low on something, you may say, hey, well, maybe I'll use something that I have a little bit more of, so I don't knock this product all the way out and have to reorder something. So that would kind of be mine. Like I said, nothing new and earth shattering.
I thought you were going to give us some wisdom with how you're going to use Guardian or some tires, protection.
That's another episode. We're not ready for that yet.
I mean, that's what like Ivan comes with. He'll be like, we used to use like RC Cola for the whole car,
Right? I was going to say Don doesn't use the tire dressings for the vehicles. That's his toiletries and how he refreshes himself.
Yep. I walk into work looking like a donut.
Oh Lord, Adamo.
I guess that leaves me, eh?
Yeah.
See, I'm struggling now because, I've at first I would have picked rinseless. APC is quite versatile. I mean, I'm a rinseless guy almost all winter, just because of my my climate. So, but you get APC, and I struggled with maybe that should be it, but should it be a drying aid? I use Yum detailer every chance I get. So that may be it. So, I've already tossed out the rules to this one. Maybe it's got to be like a tire dressing. The car isn't done if the wheels and tires aren't clean. So
the car will be trashed, but you'll have the freaking shiniest tires in the
exactly.
The block.
And it looks good, right? So
that's the Canadian way, I guess, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So
it's funny too, is like you said QD, but like things like Built Amber, they stayed on their QD that you can dilute that down to be a rinseless. So you can get a QD out of it, you can get protection out of it short term, that is, but
there you go.
You got rinseless, QD, so you can technically get away with on QDs being a one product. It wouldn't be my choice, but
yeah,
definitely it's possible.
The possibilities are endless.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else want to share with the group?
Well, I mean, if you think about, most of the world probably does use only one product, and that's probably whatever dish soap they have. I mean,
yep. I was going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a comment in here from Dark saying, well, we all know what product I use. No, we don't, Dark, because
you have too many.
You're not here. So you'd have to tell us. We can only speculate that you would use something like chemical guys.
I think the number one product people use is the coin op.
Is that a product or a place, though?
No, the car wash.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're saying.
Yeah.
There you go. Alvin said he'll be on in a few.
Yeah,
that's a likely story.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
It's not coming from Alberta. It's too wet.
Yeah, we actually but we did get some. We got some clear up here in Seattle. The Seattle area. I don't know about Portland. Is going to get clear for a while because we have like 100 fires going on down here. It's just ridiculous.
And that's today's weather report from Greg.
From Oregon. Okay, let's. Shall we try the wheel one more time?
Yeah, let's try it again.
All right, I'll make sure everybody can see it this time. So we're going to go to wheel 1. We'll remove if you had one product.
It already got removed when
Oh, it did.
Clicked,
Okay.
You
Good.
click to remove it after it won.
All right. Good. Biggest detailing mistakes we still make today.
Let me guess. Hey, we can't win twice in one episode. How's that?
It's too bad we're not giving away a prize.
Thank you, Greg.
You know,
I'm here for you.
topics we have tonight. Fernando's going to have to be answering at least one or two more. Just you never know. Fernando, you're up.
Fernando.
It was the biggest mistakes we still do today, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let Greg spin the wheel.
Well, here's a good one.
I was going to say, listen to Greg for advice.
Rick says, listen to anyone on Clearcoat Confessions.
There you go.
That's the biggest mistake. Yeah.
Hey, we warn you before and after the show about what you should do with our advice. So don't let's not throw fingers around the blame here. You're the ones who are tuning in.
We had a big discussion about putting the disclaimers in too before we even got started. So Go ahead, Fernando. Sorry.
And I don't know if it's directly related to detailing, but I think the FOMO
Not getting to Safeway in time.
The FOMO of not having the latest product, right? Because we're always chasing that one product, and how much different is it? Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But I think, oh, something came out, we got to go try it, or and I think it's more of a personality thing at this point, because it's like, hey, this is something new and different, right? And it's something very similar to what we have, or it does 95% of, but we constantly keep buying, right? And I think that could be a big way of being like chasing that perfection when it's a lot of it is technique. So I think that's where I would go with that.
And Fernando, one of the things that you just mentioned was technique, right? So if you're switching products every time, you have a much tougher time developing that experience and getting that technique down pat, right? Because you're constantly faced with the wall of products, and you have a different experience every time. It's really hard to get those reps in that way, right?
Agree.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Fernando. No, please.
Yeah, once you dial in your process, I mean, you chasing that going after that difference is minimal, I think, or you're starting all over again. Now you're getting something that streaks that you knew before worked perfectly well. So sometimes it's the change, right? And your technique is what really matters, I think. Well, not necessarily 100%, because there are some products that are far superior than others, and it's a combination of finding that perfection that works for you.
And I think I agree with you, Fernando, that it is a problem, but I don't think it's a widespread problem. I think it's a problem within our community. I don't think what I call the normies, which is everybody else in the world, I don't think they run into the same issue that we have of, like, oh, we got to get the best and the newest and the greatest. And most people just like go on Amazon and be like, oh, what's the best selling product? Oh, Shine Armor? Sure, we'll grab that stuff. So that's just, the way I look at it. But yeah, it is an issue within our community, because we do have a problem with buying too much crap.
True. Everybody that's watching this probably has that same problem.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. Let's get a one on who has a one in the chat on who has issues with having too many products and FOMO when something new comes out. Oh,
I am super condensed on. I only get what I need. That's it.
Hey, one day we're gonna do a episode where everybody in the chat has to name one product, and I bet you Dave's gonna have it.
Oh, God, that is great. That is great,
Yeah.
Brandon.
Oh,
That
dude, you
is
guys are
awesome.
setting me up for failure because you know people are gonna look for the most obstruction, like the most weirdest shit in the
Obscure.
world.
Yeah, the most
Obscure, yeah.
obscure product that's only available in one corner of the world,
Yeah.
which David still might have, but
Yeah.
we should
If it's
do that.
something localized, for sure, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Or at
We
least
should
I'm
do
trying to get it.
We should do a rinseless one with Alvin because I think
Oh
he's
yeah.
scoured the world and I think he has pretty much all of it.
I think the only one that really can't say, or based off the comments, right, would be Corey, because as long as it's Labo,
Yeah,
it's okay.
if it ain't Labo,
No,
Corey.
he still has a problem. It's just a Labo problem. He's constantly chasing Labo.
I mean, he's got Labo products that we don't
Yeah.
even get the, we
It's a
don't even
blue
carry.
drag. Still a
Hey,
drag.
look. Hey, sometimes get you somewhere. He's the only guy in
Yeah.
America that's got that foam cannon right now. So
Speak of the devil.
Hey.
hey,
How's it going?
Go
How's it
Cubbies.
going? Yep, go Cubs.
since you're late to the party, let's go to you next.
Oh, what was the?
Does someone want to repeat the question for our tardy person?
Yeah, go ahead,
What's the
Fernando.
one detailing mistake you still make?
You know what? It's a process. It's not getting everything ready in the beginning, I guess. So I'm
Speak up a little bit. You're a little low.
Hold on. Geez,
Tell him about that
yeah.
mic, yeah.
Let me see if I can turn him up.
ABS is
No,
the
I
mic
got
hasn't
it,
been
I got
set.
it, I got it.
Alvin, am I not paying you enough for a better mic? For Christ's sakes.
Not yet. Is that better? Is that
Oh
any
yeah,
better?
there you go.
Much better.
All right. So I was gonna say, just not getting my stuff ready in ahead of time. So like, if you're doing a process, you're gonna get everything in
That's a good one.
ready. You know what I mean? Like I always make that same mistake. So I always have to go back and pick something up or get a brush that I left over there or get like a towel. But that's just wasted time. So if you're looking for efficiency, that's a time waster right there.
Exercise. That's called exercise.
Yeah, I gotta get my steps in somehow.
I mean,
Well,
prepping before your detail is such like it's such an easy thing to do that I'm sure we're all guilty of it. I try to do it, but I'm never quite like I always forget something, and it will take time. You've already foamed on the car, and you're like, oh shit, it's gonna dry on the car, so you're racing across the whole garage. You forget this, that there's water on the floor. You slip and you fall down. You break your neck, and you go into the hospital. And you know how it goes.
I think all addicts have the same problem. They're just so ready to get to the thing that they're addicted to. They don't have time to prep for it.
Yeah, it's pretty hard when you're mobile and you get a call from a client and you don't know how bad the car is. They just say, "Oh, it's not that bad," right? But we all know not that bad means it's a disaster, right?
Yeah,
Worse
not
than
that bad is
So you
worse
get
than
there and like I'm saying, like it's hard to
prep.
prep for that. You get there and like you don't know, okay, well, I'm gonna need to clay this, I'm gonna need to do iron remover, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And you can have 3 foam cannons with an acidic pre-wash, an alkaline pre-wash, and a pH neutral soap. Yeah, but then you also need to know, like, okay, well, how hard do I need it? Do I need to dilute it more? Do I need to dilute it less? It's tough.
Are you working out of your vehicle or do you have like a van?
I have a converted Honda Element.
Honda Element. Okay, yeah, those are not bad to
nice.
work out of.
Yeah.
But
nice.
what I mean by being prepped for the detail is once you get to the detail, in your situation, I would say,
Yeah,
once you get to the
Mobile is
detail,
a
you
whole
set up.
I have everything
I think
in
mobile.
the van and in my
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, when I get there, it's like, okay, well, it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to figure out, okay, I'm going to need this product, that product, that product.
How are you going to attack it at that point,
exactly.
right? Because you don't know exactly what you're getting into until you get there.
Definitely, especially on wheels, like you don't know if you need to hit them with acid first or not.
Right.
So
no, I totally get that part. But I mean, like things like that we can prepare for, like diluting your foam cannons ahead of time. You already know you're going to do a foam rinse foam. So you get you get that ready. You get your tools out. So you're not fumbling around looking for all that stuff in mid detail. But yeah, no, I totally get that. You're not going to have every single product out like you're not going to pull out everything when you don't need everything, right?
There you go,
Right.
Frankie. You got to carry the finish hammer and the sledgehammer.
Right. So since I was already on the topic, my biggest mistake that I, it's obviously not all the time, but I do constant, it's a repeated thing that I find myself doing is only on sedans. I always, not always, but most of the time, I'm always forgetting the back window from the inside.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
And it's such a pain in the butt to reach.
I know it's a pain, but it's also like when you're doing an SUV or something, you're already in the area and you just gotta look up and do the window, right? But when you're in a car, you're doing the seats and you're like, okay, I cleaned the seats, I vacuumed, but then you don't realize that the window's right there, So it's like that's my biggest mistake that I need to like start like not making that mistake at often. But that's one of the biggest mistakes I keep making.
Is the question the biggest mistake you keep making or the biggest mistake you've made?
Keep making.
Oh, it's of what we made.
No, keep making.
No, I'm just saying.
The biggest that we keep doing. Yeah.
Keep making?
I keep
Okay.
making that mistake. Like it's not all the time, but it's a mistake that it keeps.
You find
happening.
yourself repeating.
Like at
often,
the end of the detail, I'm like, I didn't do the back.
yeah. By the way, Frankie, I'm not sure if you have these. These are the Griot's Garage bonnets they fit on like pretty much any like reacher tool.
Yeah, I got the stoner glass.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, it barely fits on it, but it works on because I have it right under because it got stretched out after you wash it a couple times. The waffle weave one, but I have it under it. But it barely fits on there, but it works, and the quality of their microfiber on the bonnet is amazing. So it's really good for glass.
Yeah.
So it might be something you might want to look into.
I think the outer fiber flip.
Yeah, I like the my favorite glass towel right now is the amphibian in and out, the inside out towel.
Oh, okay.
Fiber, the outer fiber one. I like it a lot. But I think a good way to not forget that is when I'm doing the back seats to throw one of those in there. Just so I know, like, oh, this is here. Why is it here? Well, because I got to clean the back window.
Exactly. Yeah. Put it on the package. If it's a sedan, on the package tray, is that what they still call?
Yeah,
it,
those are really good too.
These are awesome.
Those are really good.
What? Hold that up. Hold that up, Dave.
Carbon glass.
It's the carbon glass from Auto Fiber. It's a little bit light. Doesn't have enough rigidity, but man, streak free. You don't have to worry about grabbiness. It's an amazing towel.
The only issue I have with those is they get really wet really fast. Like
yes, yeah. What I do is I'll use like if I'm sticking to Auto Fiber only. You have like the Mona Lisa and everything like that, but the Flip GPT, I use that and then I finish off with a carbon just so I'm not saturating it too much.
That's smart.
And where are they from again?
Auto Fiber.
Auto Fiber.
Yeah, Ian he's like the mad scientist of the detailing world. And whenever there's something that you would say like, well, like, I don't know if we really need it, but then he makes it and he's like, yeah, I need it. And he always does a great job.
He reminds me of Luminous because when I look at Auto Fiber's site and I'm looking for a glass towel, there's like 14. I have no idea which one to buy.
Yeah.
One of each.
Yeah.
And I love how Ian also like has multiple options for colors for like all his microfibers. So if you're trying to, color coordinate and all that stuff like that, just go right to Auto Fiber because they'll have your color one way or the other.
And it's all like on sale 20 to 40% off on DI right now. No promo code or anything. We don't have an affiliate, but I was looking at Auto Fiber there today. So check it out if you need some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Adamo, that's you that orders one of everything.
No,
he orders two of everything.
Jeff does too. Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jeff,
Jeff is ordering. He's ordering stuff, but he's eventually gonna use it and sell it when he's done with it, unless it's beaten out his other stuff. So I give him a pass because he's doing it for the channel.
He is. Yeah, he does.
For the culture.
He's got some pretty cool stuff coming up here pretty soon.
I got to get a T-shirt that says "Improved Garage," and then on the back says "One of Everything."
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Jeff, how about you? What's the one mistake you keep making?
I like to go into the garage, spend an hour trying to figure out what I actually want to test today. And then by that point, it's like, no, it's too hot out. The sun's up. I should wait till it starts going down and some shade happens. And then it takes me a whole day to wash the car because it takes me almost the entire day to start. That's why there's so many rinseless washes, because I can do them inside the garage.
Yeah. 114 of them?
Yeah.
Oh,
117 nowadays.
117. There you go.
I found three more.
good Lord.
Jesus.
Well, I think there's
You
two
have one
that
or
you
two
don't
at my
have.
house.
Yeah, I do have two. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's
That I'm
two
picking
that
up
I
from here.
have in a box for you that I'll be sending soon that you don't have. So
Yep.
To clarify, for those that didn't see Christie's on Monday, Alvin's talking about his spreadsheet and quest for every last rinseless in the world.
Yeah. It's like Pokemon, but with rinseless washes.
I was about to say, you got to catch them all.
So
See,
if
they-
anybody's listening and they have a rinseless wash that Alvin doesn't have on his list, we should publish that list. We'll figure it out and send it.
Yeah, I got one right here.
Which
doesn't
is?
have a label. Doesn't have a label. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, can't talk about it, huh?
Can't talk about it.
Okay.
Are you
NDA.
sure you can't talk about it? Maybe just a little bit.
It's a rinseless. What's it smell like?
It smells different than this one, as I can tell you. That I can tell you.
All right, I'll go next. Biggest mistake that I make, know that I'm going to and still keep making it, is probably just getting in a hurry on certain things like, wet sanding or polishing. Like I tend to rush, and that's when I make the big mistakes. And I've done it before, and I'll probably do it again. We saw Eddie do it, which makes me feel a lot better. But yeah, when you're rushing, that's when you're making probably poor decisions that are going to get you in trouble. So I do that.
I agree with you too on the polishing thing, because that's usually like the last step before either I'm going to coat, and it's like you're almost there and you rush the part that you probably should not rush the most. Like you should take your most time with that. And I always just want to get it over with because it's so like monotonous, going each panel, and it just gets annoying. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Greg.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Carter.
Oh, I was just going to say I had a kind of different experience. So I've had a Lexus 550 of a client all week. They went on vacation, so they dropped it off before they left to go fly out to their cruise. And
Did you give Bruce his car back yet?
Yeah, not yet.
They just didn't want to pay for parking, so they're leaving it with you. So
well, they did pay me for the shuttle service to the airport. So
look at that VIP service.
There you go. And so I've had it all week. Pull it in the garage, and so I did all the decon and the wash and everything else over the weekend. And then during the week, in the mornings and a little bit on my lunch break, I've been doing the paint correction. So it's been broken up. It hasn't been like Brandon was talking about rushed. I'm not getting tired. My arms aren't like, and especially on a big SUV like that. I mean, I don't think that I'm going to have this luxury with very many clients where I want to have to be able to keep the vehicle that long. But, going off what Brandon was saying, it's like it is a game changer if you can take your time and have the time where you can break it up and it's not so monotonous when you got a big, huge vehicle.
I would shoot myself in the foot though, because I would spend so much time on that car. I would never be able to make any money.
Well, see, and that's my mistake, Brandon, is that, and Eileen was talking about it on the chats, it's chasing it, right? You have a client, they've paid for a certain service, they paid for this, and then you get there and you see, well, if I did this, I could make it that much better. Or if I use that, and it's just, and you chase and you chase and you chase, and ultimately you end up putting so much time in there, you're not, you're killing your profit margin in a sense, because you're just chasing it because this product or this technique, that could make it that much better, but that's not what they asked for. That's not what they paid for. And I continually kind of chase it.
Yeah. And, being in, especially because that was like a fairly new vehicle that you were dealing with, right, Ricardo?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to
1.5.
those vehicles, you don't want to set up your customer for failure down the road, like taking away all their clear coat, like trying to get it perfect now. I mean, granted, you can, if that's what they want, great, give it to them. But you don't want to put them in a position where down the line they got a couple of scratches, nicks, rock chips, and they got nowhere else to go because they're down to three millimeters of clear coat. So
Yeah, absolutely.
being in the used car market, I make sure to tell all my guys we do a 2-step on every vehicle that's hammered, and I just tell them whatever it looks like at the end, that's it. Don't chase nothing.
All right.
Anyways,
Adamo.
Dave,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
No, go
No, I was gonna
ahead,
let
Dave, sorry.
Adamo go. Let Adamo go.
There we go.
I saw it in the chat. So, but this is what I was thinking. I don't know what it is. You're done all. Frankie says, the back window. I've done that as well. But for me, it's the top of the windows. It's I don't know what it is. The window's perfect inside and out. And I've done it multiple times where you're done the detail and you roll the window down a little bit, and I'm like, and it's worse when it's a 4-door. It's the top of the window gets me every single time. So I've been trying to, when I start a detail, start with the windows kind of, once I've done the exterior wash, roll the windows down a bit and do those first, and then roll everything up and then finish off the windows. But yeah, for me, it's the top of the windows.
So I like to roll the windows down while I do the door cards. That way you don't get any
interior stuff on there.
On the window. You could do it that way, and then once you're done with that, roll it up a little bit, do the top of the window, and then roll it up, and then do the rest.
That's a hell of an idea.
That's a good suggestion.
There's one I want to piggyback off Adamo, is that it actually happened to me today. The freaking cars that don't have a frame on the window, and you open the door and it just goes down like an inch, and then it comes back up, and now you have a freaking wetness or residue from
the Teslas do that. You open the door and it rolls down.
That's what it was on. It was on a Tesla. Yeah,
there
pissed
you
me
go.
Right off.
Mm-hmm.
And a customer coming to pick up a car, and it keeps going. And it's like I have to keep wiping it before the customer gets in and out of the car, so it doesn't look bad.
I like the one when you're done washing the car, you're all done, and the customer's leaving. They roll their window down to wave.
Yeah.
You're like, really?
Yeah.
You blew it.
Yeah. The Mustang windows do that too, Dave.
Yeah. Anything with no frame at the top basically will do it. Yeah. That's modern.
Go ahead, Dave.
So biggest mistake. I have so many. But I would say seeking out the wrong advice on YouTube University. We go to because I try to act like I know everything, even though I might sound like I try to. But I will go to different channels and see what they think, and you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense or whatever. And then you try it out and be like, oh, they were full of shit. And it's like, you just gotta be careful who you get your advice from online. There's guys out there that I'm sure have years in the trade, and maybe not the wrong way, but not necessarily your way. So you got to kind of find what works for you and your environment. So that's kind of where I am on that.
You got to be willing to learn too. Like Frankie just made a suggestion, to do the windows when he's doing the door cards, to roll the windows down completely. So,
that's great, but that might not. Back to where environment. Good luck on wintertime working on those door cards at 32 degrees below Celsius, whatever.
Well, it's in the garage, man. At 32 degrees, I ain't doing nothing outside except freezing, or maybe snow. Yeah, but no, it ain't nothing happening outside at minus 32 degrees Celsius.
So. That'd be a great content video, like a really shitty cold day for you in Canada. Go outside and see if you spray and it freezes in midair as you spray it out. That'd be really good content.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, I've got a couple too. The top of the windows, and I wrote these down earlier. Top of the windows, and just when I came back, when I went to Pocatello the first time, and all those water spots got on that car, and then we got them off. And car looked great. Came back, car sat for a week, and there was a bunch of water spots, not just on the hood. They were all over on the hood, the grill area, and the right front panel because that's where the sprinkler was coming from. Right. They weren't as bad as what we had seen in Pocatello, but they were still pretty bad. So I had to just start chasing perfection on that. And it took me forever. And I gave up after 2.5, 3 hours because I just wasn't getting any better. But I've since learned a few things, talking with a few people about that. And, if I end up changing the coating on this, which right now I don't think I will, that Luminous Graphene Pro coating is pretty impressive at this point. I think I would go down that, looking for some perfection, a lot more perfection. Get all of those spots out. I've got a book in the other room right now with all that where I've tracked them at and pictures on the car where they're at. So I know, so I don't have to go back and look. So
and that's chasing, Greg. That's chasing.
That's chasing. Yeah, and that's exactly what the other thing was I wrote down. Chasing.
There you go.
Excellent.
So we can go to I was going to say we can go to the last person, but right after this is when we're going to ask, Brandon's going to ask the question for the 32-ounce bottle of Quiver Hot Coat.
Yeah. And we also have some questions started, so maybe we can go to those after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I guess I'm probably like a lot of you guys. Like when I'm getting ready to get into the detail, I'm excited. And what I find myself doing most of the time is I do wheels first. So I get the wheel bucket, I get it all ready. I start to do the wheels, and I realize I didn't put PPE on. That's mine. I don't know why I have a mental block with that, because I can get everything else ready, but I just don't ever remember the gloves. And then I'm like, I got to do something like put an alarm on my phone or be like, look, stupid, put the PPE on. So I'm not hurting myself. But I've done that. I've probably done that 10, 15 times where I'm starting it and I'm like, well, there we go. Now I got
PPE. What are you trying to be healthy or something?
I'm Mr. Alkaline.
Hey, Don, you know how many look stupid alarms I would have to put on my phone?
I can answer that.
So Don, if you have the flocked gloves, like Mark has, so I keep a pair on my stick shift for the wheel bucket because I can use them multiple times, right? So, just so I don't forget, because I do too, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I just have glove boxes, strategically placed all over the garage. So no matter where I am, it's kind of stares you in the face. So.
All right.
I was going to say that what reminds me is when I get the whiff of the wheel cleaner, right? It's like, oh, I need to go get my PPE. I need to get my gloves. So that is.
You need to go get your PPE?
Yep.
Usually it's when I get like a handful of brake dust and I'm like, it's way too late then. I have to start rubbing decon on my hands.
Oh, the bad part about it is once you kind of get into it and your hands get a little wet, trying to get them in a pair of nitrile gloves is damn near impossible.
Okay, who's ready for a giveaway? You guys ready for a giveaway? Everybody in the chat, This is for the super fans.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give us a 1 or thumbs up that you're all ready.
So if we're in here, we're not eligible, right? So
Oh,
Yeah,
hold on,
as a
guys, I gotta
reminder,
go real quick. I gotta go for like 5 minutes. Hold on.
Giving away the thing that Super Dave is holding up right there. And in fact, we're going to give away his. He doesn't know that yet.
he's probably got a gallon of it somewhere back there.
We already discussed this. He's got 2 more.
I think I won this one off a giveaway anyway. So
Okay, so this one is going to be for the super fans. So I recently did some traveling to meet up with Greg and work on his brother-in-law's Cayman 718. And we had a lot of fun. And if you guys hopefully had a chance to catch that live, we did find a couple of high spots. What was the product that we used to correct those high spots?
I know.
Mr. Kake.
I can't answer that.
is Vice in the chat? He's disqualified.
Well, it was Yum
I'm
6.
disqualified.
So Yum 6, you're going to need a product. You're not going to wipe that off. Okay, I saw who got it.
Yep,
I see it.
David Boyce, I think.
David Boyd.
David won it.
It was Pearway from Luminous.
Disqualified.
And just a pro tip, if you're doing, Brillo pad would also work, Don. But if you're doing Yum 6, make sure you have something on standby as a polish, something that's super fine. Pearway's good, like a Uno Pure or something like that, because, Yum 6 is a beast, and it, once you make a high spot, it's there.
Yeah, most cleaner polishes, you'll be okay.
Yeah. So David, email info@clearcoatconfessions.net, and Greg will get that out to you.
Yep. And I think if I remember right, Brandon, we only ended up with 2 high spots, right?
Yeah.
It was only 2.
Super pros, but they are consequential ones. That's all with that Yum 6. So normally, most coatings I've ever used, even Yum 2, I can just re-wet a little bit. So it's definitely a stout coating.
Yeah. Good job, David Boyce. All right. One more spin of the wheel. How's that sound?
All right. Okay. Are we doing questions first?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you better be sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I am a sorry person. Go ahead.
To quote Ty, Greg, ban this MFer.
That's enough banning for 1 month. All right. Jelsa asks, speaking of slickness, how much does slickness actually improve the wash process, and how much of it is simply something we enjoy feeling? Anyone want to start with that one? Great question, Chelsea. Thank you so much.
I'll go first if you want.
All right, let's hear Frankie. You like to touch cars.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I thought that's why we're all here, because we all do.
When you say, I guess by improving it, it helps with marring, right? You're putting less stress on the panel by it gliding more easily on the paint, and I think it makes for me, slickness makes the biggest difference on washing a car. I'll tell you that. I mean, it's like, obviously night and day, right? Something that's like, what is it? What's the word? It's another word for sticky, I guess. What is it called?
Grabbiness.
The grabbiness, and you just feel like you could just, honestly, you just put a drying towel over it and you freaking like the 2-hand pull, right? And it's
2-hand pull and you're done. It could very well be both. I mean, it helps with less marring, less when you're touching the vehicle, but it also makes you enjoy the wash even more.
It's therapeutic.
It is therapeutic, right? And that's what I find detailing in general is for me. So
Can we bring up slickness even before the drying process? If you have a coating or you have a real good sealant and that paint
1000%.
surface is slick, you're not going to keep as much water to have to worry about drying off and everything else. So I mean, again, I think overall it definitely helps with the process in and of itself, and then it damn sure makes it more enjoyable when you feel that.
Well, I'll tell you, I would like some scientific evidence on this. Maybe we can get Dimitri to do the test, but it could be, because I'll tell you for myself, if I find something slick, and I'll give you an example. When I started using Nemesis V2 from V1, like, it's so slick that it made me go more before I dunk my sponge back in. So it might be like when you wear a bike helmet and you're, suddenly going 20 miles an hour faster than you would if you didn't have a helmet on. Like, you could be doing damage because, the slickness, if it's a perception thing, who knows? We're just guessing.
I like Jason's comment here, that slickness adds to the self-cleaning because stuff won't adhere to it because of the coating or ceramic sealant that you have on there. So it adds to that experience, right? To keep your car cleaner longer.
Anyone that's watched Jeff's video of the first time he did the Yum detailer, that's pretty much what we all feel when we get a slick substrate on the car. We're just like, oh shit, yeah.
That wasn't what Jeff said, though, was it?
No, it was something to that effect, but
yeah,
I'll leave that to Jeff.
And this is anecdotal, but knowing that, I just threw a video out that was, I think I drove probably 250 miles, and
DoorDash of the East Coast.
I had almost nothing on the car. And, I've seen also other people posting photos of their waxed car next to their coated car, and the wax is slicker, obviously, and the waxed car is cleaner after the same thunderstorm, right? So there's got to be something to slickness and preventing it from getting dirty. I don't know.
Yeah, and that there's a lot of bugs and stuff that when you made that drive out there too, all over the roads.
Yeah.
So
I was all over the road.
And there's definitely something to products like, being, don't believe everything is more self-cleaning because it's slicker, because bead maker, I mean, you leave that shit on a car and you leave another product on a car, and you'll see, obviously, like sometimes bead maker will leave a nice coated dust after you've just applied it. You know what I mean? So it just depends on the product you're using. So, I mean, they're all going to be slick. Products that are meant to be slick, they're all going to be slick after you just applied it, but it's how they look after day 1 and 2 and 3.
I think Ivan said it best when he said that a slicker product, may actually be slicker, or it may just be perception. So I guess slickness is, all slick products are slick, but not all slick products have more lubrication, right?
It's just like,
you can tell the difference.
It's just like the turtle wax, the pure beads.
Pure bead, that thing is not slick at all.
Yeah, it's very hydrophobic, but it's not slick at all.
Yeah, not slick at all.
There is no slickness at all.
Yeah, well, Conway's comment on that. So I guess maybe we're using the term interchangeable and hydrophobic, or slickness and hydrophobics interchangeably, and they're kind of mutually exclusive.
They are, because I just did a luminous solid coating on one of my cars, and it's an absolute beast of a coating. It's gorgeous and very hydrophobic, but it has zero slickness. So I end up throwing easy up on it just to make it slick. So I think it goes back to that Kataba, pentagram, or I'm sorry, not pentagram, pentagon of
everybody's do the sign of the cross.
Panic talking's here. I'm a priest after this.
But I guess the point is, you can have, you can max out 1 and you can max out maybe 2, but you can't max out all 5, right? That seems to be pretty common in the Korean. I mean, even I think I even saw Luminous talking about that too. So
there's always going to be compromises. Yeah. All right, let's get to another question now.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I'll just add
Oh.
really quick. For me personally, I'll take Slickness over hydrophobics any day.
Okay. Fair enough. Next question. All right. Glossy Chris asks, is the auto fiber diamond glass or carbon glass better? That's a good one. The diamond glass is good if you're looking for something that can handle a little bit more saturation, but if you're looking for a good finishing tile for glass, that carbon's better as far as that goes. I mean, you got, let's see here. You got the carbon fiber, and then is this the diamond weave? Yeah, this is the diamond weave. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. It's a little bit more thickness, so you can get a little bit more product in it versus this guy. You spray into it, that's it, it's saturated. So you gotta have multiple of these towels on hand if that's the only thing that you're working with.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Have you tried the wrinkle towels? The TR
Not yet.
Nope, not yet.
Interesting. Yeah.
I've
Curious
tried
how
the
it goes.
Viking crinkle towels.
Oh, I think you were the one. who
Viking
talked
has
about
crinkle towels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do.
Same maker of as the Viking brush.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Really?
If Viking was mainly a knockoff company, I mean, up until that Banger came out with the barrel
my wheel
brush.
brushes.
Yep.
I might have to talk to my Viking sales rep and see if he can send me a Viking glass towel.
Yeah.
That was for Frankie because he's the one who sent me the Viking wheel brush last time. So
Nice.
All right, next question. All right, Paul Woodcock asks.
Wait a minute. It's like 3:00 in the morning over there.
Dude doesn't sleep.
He does not sleep. Good
Where
Lord,
is it?
Paul.
He's from
He's
the
at-
UK.
Paul? Yeah.
All right. What do manufacturers do to give better ratings for coatings, given how complex they can be, maintained, driven, etc., against customers' needs for simplicity?
That's a tough one.
That is a tough question.
Yeah.
Miles.
What could they do?
It's the age-old question, though. But I mean, if it's miles, what conditions? What conditions is it driven in? How long? Get my mug off of there. We need this one up there. There we go.
There's Andrew.
Smart move.
Hi, Tweety. Yeah, I mean, miles. What conditions is it in? What is it? Garaged? Is it outside? Is it? There's so putting a number on that. For manufacturers is so hard. Because whatever it does in a lab, doesn't tend to do in real world. So,
Do you know what?
That's a tough.
From my
agree on that.
perspective, the durability or the miles or the year claim, I think that's more geared to the consumer. The ease of use or the chemical resistance and stuff like that, that's more for us, the person that's installing it and everything else, because the consumer is not going to worry about how hard it was, what flash time, if I had to wait 6 hours with hydrate before I could level. They don't care. How long is it going to last me? Is it my 6-year coating? Is it my 8-year coating? So I think the manufacturer, can list both, and one is aimed at a certain audience, and then the other one is aimed at the actual installer or professional.
Yeah, there's too many variables in that. I think anyway, because I mean, if I'm coating a car and the customer just pays me for a coating, doesn't want to come back for maintenance washes, what am I supposed to say? Like, oh yeah, it's a 3-year coating, but since you don't want to come back to me, I'll give it a year, or I'll give it 6 months. I don't know.
And that is true. Yeah. I mean, it's a 3-year coating if you come back for maintenance. You come back for yearly checkups. And that's the way I work it. I don't know if that's just my opinion. If I say it's a 3-year, it's a 3-year coating.
It could be lifetime if you're doing toppers. As long as they come back from maintenance, you can make that shit go forever.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but if you've got a business and you're warranting it, I believe if I remember right, Conway has a pretty pretty good warranty on his, but he doesn't.
He's the
doesn't-
warranty.
He because he's the warranty. He's
Yeah.
not always going to make it say if it's a 5-year coating, he's not going to give it 5 years. If I
And
remember right.
It's not like these coating companies, are gonna, even if they do have a quote unquote warranty, they're not gonna send you labor and stuff like that. They're gonna send you a free bottle and be like, "Oh,
Yeah,
sorry
another
about it.
bottle.
Yeah, here's a free bottle." It's like, all right, great, whatever.
they're
You know
not.
what I mean?
No, they're not. I mean, you can take a look at some of the issues that came out with some of the coatings in the last year and a half, 2 years, and they didn't last as long as they were supposed to. I think one of them was an 8-year, and some people got less than a year.
Low spots.
And then the variance between the manufacturers, right? The way they test may be completely different. And so now you have no consistency in the industry. One could be, hey, we tested it through 20 car washes or 100 car washes or whatever that is, and somebody else could say, oh, it lasted this much, but there is no standard, right? That says this is how we should test it, or heat, cold, expansion, so contraction of the surfaces of substrates. That might be something that needs to be thought of, right? To create
Standardized. It would be nice to have something that would be standardized.
Yeah,
And,
but how do you
there's
get
no-
all the manufacturers to
that's the
abide
key.
by it, right?
Yeah.
So
I got
need
an
some-
incoming rant over here. So when you guys are ready, let me know.
I just want to add that I have a 1-year coating that's going on 24 months on my
there
car.
you go. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and it's a $15 coating.
Was it the Underdog?
No, it's the no hype 1 year.
No, no,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I've heard good things about them. There was a bunch of them that went out in the glove box, and a lot of people said good things about it.
Yeah.
But I won't put a $15 coating on my car. That's for sure. So my incoming rant
yours.
coming is about, and this has to do with the coatings. It's like, and I'm using this as an example, is the Pure Beads chemical that people have been doing videos on lately, and everyone's like saying, they're doing the video where they'll put it on and literally 30 seconds later they're hitting with water, then they're doing the torch test right after that. Very few people are actually going through the whole process of getting it prepared, ready, properly, and then letting it sit for, even if you do 24 hours, that doesn't mean that's cured, because there's no cure information on the bottle. So, is it 1 day, is it 3 days, is it 7 days, before you get hit with chemicals, or do a proper wash for the 100 wash, guarantee. And, they're doing it in less than 1 day. They're beating the shit out of it with chemicals. And then they expect it to be like, oh, well, the 100 wash thing, that's all BS basically. So that's where I feel like on the coatings year, claims, the year claims are BS, but as we said, it's all based in what lab results they got. You know what I mean?
Is that me?
What happened?
No.
No. Okay.
I
Sorry.
think
I
somebody
was
popped
hearing
out.
someone. Yeah.
No, I think Don popped out. So
Yeah. It's all good.
Can you guys hear Dave? I can't hear Dave.
Yeah. You're on a Mac, aren't you?
Yeah, we can hear Dave.
Yeah.
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 I'm
It's
on a
just
Mac
you.
too.
I'm gonna
Pop out and pop back in, Frankie.
You gotta use Chrome if you're on a
Yeah,
Mac.
use Chrome. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can pop
It's all
back
good.
out, pop back in.
All right. Well, either way, rant over. I was
Okay.
just basically saying that, basically, because now my thunder's gone. So,
But isn't that on? I think that there's some blame on the manufacturer in that case,
for sure.
because there is no. If they do not give you a drying time on the bottle, if they cannot provide basic instructions on how to use their product, then I think that they deserve, in some way, like that people are going to figure it out themselves. They're going to test in their own way. And some of those tests are going to be negative if they didn't provide all the information. Like, how much research should you have to do to be able to use a product that you bought on the shelf?
Yeah,
Right.
especially at a big box store, right?
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean,
Especially if you're picking it up at a Walmart.
what I mean by though is like what I'm using the extreme case, of course. Like,
Right.
obviously, I don't expect everyone to start hitting their cars with, wheel and tire cleaner and, right after they did a coating. But, did they prepare right? I had, multiple people this like last couple months where I've been doing coating, being like, "Oh, hey, my car's not that bad. I got no protection on it. Just go ahead and just do the coating right on top of it."
Right.
Greg, it's all about prep first, and that does not. You don't need directions for that. You should know as a detailer how to prep your surfaces properly. And then the second part of it is like how do you treat it after you've just done the coating? Now that's where I will put it on the manufacturer that they need to have a little bit more proper instruction, cure time, when can you wash it, all that stuff, because that's a big claim, 100 washes on the pure beads. But it's also about environment. Are you parking it outside? Are you parking it indoors? All that stuff like that.
Well, and Paul brings up I was actually going to say that earlier, but there are governing bodies in certain industries, like audio, for example. There's CEA that has like specific requirements for how amplifiers are tested, for the output or wattage, or whatever. It's two channels driven, this much harmonic distortion, blah 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 blah. Right? It's like CEA 2006, I think, is the rating. But like Paul brought up something like somebody like the IDA can do quality marks, standardized procedures, but like that's what you would need is a large governing body or industry body that goes and comes up with standardized testing and provides standardized testing. And that still doesn't mean that manufacturers need to follow it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really hard to be consistent. And you can say that about a lot of things. Like my Mini says to change the oil every 10,000 miles. Well, that really depends on how you drive it, So it's like, okay, well, I can send it off for an oil analysis and they can come back and they can say, oh, you should have done it earlier, or you could wait longer, like that's the real way. But we need testing, and we don't have that. And we still don't have consistency of environments.
Not to mention, like, you're using an oil change. I get this question a lot in my work, and I always tell people, yeah, the manufacturer says 10,000 miles, and the oil is rated for 10,000 miles if you're using the proper oil. But guess what? The oil filters in a lot of cases are not rated for 10,000 miles. Most oil changes places use like $1.50, oil filter that is not meant to go more than 5,000 miles. So that's where you run into maybe the oil was okay, but all that sediment and dirt and all that stuff like that get stuck in the filter, get filled up really quick, and then it mixes into the oil, and now you're doing your oil change earlier. Same thing I think Ty brought up really quick in the chat, that a lot of the detailers out there are applying it to it wet, thinking it's like it's a drying aid, and that would, I'm sure, affects the product from working properly. So
yeah, well, and that's another point too. We're talking about coatings. Like my coating, I've got C6 Hydro on my Mercedes, and it's been on there for 2 years, and it's holding up well. But I use a drying aid every time I wash the car. So I wash the car once a week when it's not really that dirty, and I use a drying aid every time. So is that coating holding up or no? Or am I actually just continuously covering it with protection, and it's maintaining because my topper is allowing it to, right? Yeah. And a lot of these coatings, a lot of these manufacturers, they say like with proper washing methods, and that includes a topper. Yeah, and that's Conway brings up a good point too. Like the obligation of a manufacturer is to provide you a reliable vehicle for the first buyer outside, like to get just outside of the warranty claim, and to provide the lowest amount of emissions for their CAFE standards and testing. So they want to use the thinnest, most efficient oil possible that provides sufficient protection to get beyond the warranty, not what is the best for the life of the vehicle.
Still meet smog and EPA standards and everything like that, and get the same gas mileage that they recommend, because all of it plays a factor into it. That's why most cars now have turbos, and they're using the thinnest oil that's more thinner than water.
Yep.
So I mean,
and a lot of manufacturers, like I most of my cars are German, right? But like my BMWs, Mercedes, Minis, they all have actual multiple oil guidelines, but they're not shown in the U.S. So my car in the US is 0W20, but in Europe it's 530 or 540. So most people run 530 or 540 here when they're tuning them, because it prevents blow by and it gives a higher level of protection for the engine, things like that.
You make like we were talking about the pentagram from B. Riley. It's all about compromises. When you're using a 540, you're giving up on gas mileage and temperature standards. So, but you're getting performance in that. There's a give and take, and same thing in the detailing world. You're going to give compromises and give and take for whatever you're trying to accomplish.
Yep.
So there really is no solution for this at all. Because
of course not. No, of course not.
You have too many variables. You have different market segments and no incentive for manufacturers. Corey just brought up VDA certification, right? Like, I think that's a huge advantage for buying Labocosmetica, but almost no one else is doing it because it's expensive and, customers aren't really demanding it. So I think the same thing would happen with coatings if we did some sort of,
1,000%.
Well, and a lot of these manufacturers bring out new versions so often that it would be a very large portion of the life cycle of a product before it even got tested and got the results from the testing. They're probably in a lot of cases working on new versions first,
So like I told my ex-girlfriend, it's better to be VDA certified than just VD certified. So
next question.
You had put the okay.
All right. Guardian Auto Detail asks, David, can you speak about the new detail purple bottle you got? Yes, the wheel and tire from Detail Co. Yes. So me and another person that have this in their possession, we've been going back and forth about it. And we're finding that 15-to-1 is rather good to use for your normal maintenance cleaning. 10-to-1 in a nasty situation, and 5-to-1 if you're like, nuclear. I don't recommend doing 5-to-1 unless you really like. Your next step would be acid at this point.
Does it foam?
It does foam, yes.
So that's actually interesting because most foam cannons are somewhere between a 10-to-1 and 15-to-1 ratio inside the manifold. So you could theoretically buy like a Griot's cannon, screw it right on the top of that bottle, and just go at 15-to-1 and be like perfect maintenance mode. That's what I liked about Maniac. That was that way too.
Yeah, and it does clean really well. There was a weird situation with the person I've been going back and forth with. We talked to Eddie about it after the fact. And it only happened the one time. He went 10-to-1 and then he got like a nasty residue on it. But then we went in the next day. We both tested on our own vehicles and our own environments, and it never happened again. So it wasn't sun direct. So it was like indirect to the sun. It was during the day, but it wasn't a hot service or anything like that. So if anyone else catches something like that, bring it up to either myself or Eddie or whatever, so we can kind of figure out what happened there.
Could it be something that was previously on the
That's what we're kind of thinking, but just in case, I wanted to throw it out there so that way, if it is something, we can kind of figure it out.
Absolutely.
I used it today. I used it today on 15-to-1 on in direct sunlight, 100-degree weather or heat. It worked great.
15-to-1, you're going to be safe.
Yeah.
15-to-1, you're going to be safe in any environment as long as you're within reason.
Pretty much almost instant browning on the tires. Once I sprayed it on, great lubrication on the wheelbarrow brush. Good dwell time on everything.
Well, and most wheel and tire cleaners, if you foam them, you'll get a little bit better dwell time because the foaming action blocks the sun from, providing drying it out and providing heat, that kind of thing.
And it smells like Green Star if anyone cares.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Glossy Chris asks, how long after coating will Paraway work on a high spot? Days or weeks? As far as I know, it can work right away, and I think unless it's like a really hardcore coating, it'll work, all the way, forever. Yeah.
I mean, it's technically a light polish, right? Like it has, polish. So it's a light polish you can use by hand. So if you've got a high spot, you would normally polish it off like pretty much forever, I would say.
Yeah.
Paraway is a great product.
Yeah, it is. There's very few coatings out there that Pairway won't take out, but those are going to be the ones where you're pretty much pulling out a wet sander when it's cured if a Pairway can't get it out.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Detailing with AK asks, window covers for our towels to snag on or no window covers?
He must be talking about those
Talking the louvers?
visor.
Yeah, window louvers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or rain gutters, I think they're called. Or
Like rain visors. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
a fan.
I stopped using those in the 90s. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoking, most people don't smoke anymore, and that's usually why. Like my dad had them when I was growing up, and it was because he smoked. So he would have that so he could roll the window down an inch when he was smoking and not get water in the car. So they were always on all of his cars. But I don't see them that often anymore, and I assume it's because my generation grew up knowing that smoking was unhealthy. A lot less of us started doing it, and a lot less of us do it.
The hell you say it's not good for you? What really?
And my grandmother just put it on recirc, dude. We didn't roll the window down. It was too hot.
And you just turned out just fine. So
now the whole family's got emphysema.
Yep. I'm the last one.
All right. Jax asks, what is your answer to your customer when they ask you how long your coatings last?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I asked them how long you want it to last.
Yeah.
So
it's up
it's
to you.
pretty much, it's up to them. If I don't give years on my coatings, I just have a warranty that they purchase. So if they choose to use the maintenance program that comes along with it, great for them, and they're going to get a coating that lasts for a really long time because it's going to be topped every time they come see me. If they choose never to see me again, then that's the whole detail system. We try to sell them shit that they're not going to ever use, and I make profit.
Yeah, I do the same thing. If I tell the people whose cars I've coated, it's going to be a year. That's it. But
yeah, I
you
think
have, you have to come back 3 times a year so that I can wash it and take a look at it.
Get your grubby little hands on that and do some of your voodoo.
I go back to what I was talking about earlier. I tell them the coating I put on, the manufacturer rates it for 3 years. For it to hit that point, you're gonna have to do this, this, and this, or allow me to do these, and they never do. They never do it.
Yeah, I don't give them that information. You know why? Because it's funny whenever you give them like warranty
all they
guidelines.
heard was 3 years in that whole sentence. They heard 2 words.
Exactly. They only hear the part they want to hear. The rest of it goes in one ear, out the other.
Yeah.
All right. Conway asks, if you had to compromise a coating, would you sacrifice performance, longevity, ease of installation, or cost? I'd rather sacrifice ease of installation and get better performance, life, etc. Yeah, I mean, it all depends. If I'm going to charge a guy what my time's worth, then I don't give a shit how hard it is to install. That's for me to worry about, not for the customer to worry about. He's paying me for my time, not for, how easy it was. Now, would I like it to be easy? Of course I would, but I can't tell. We all know that if it goes on easy, it's not necessarily going to be the best coating or longest coating. You know what I mean? So again, like we were talking about, give and take, compromises. So
they're getting easier.
Yeah, they're getting easier. But I mean, if I'm going to put it on a self-healing Fine Lab 8 friggin' layered coating, I'm not going to compare that to like friggin', easy peasy. You know what I mean? They're two different things.
But I'm not even putting that on. Like, there's no scenario under which I would put that coating on, period.
You would, but I'm talking strictly from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
Strictly that. Yeah. I mean, go ahead, Jeff.
I was going to say, I just think we're at a time when we can choose any one of those 4, like you mentioned, Fine Lab doesn't have the ease of use thing, but I bet you the performance and durability of it are fantastic. Now, nobody has ever installed it to actually know because it's 8 steps. I'm just kidding. but yeah, I mean, you have that choice, and then you can pick, something where you're maybe giving up some longevity in order to get cost. Like you mentioned, easy peasy, which I don't know what the longevity of that is. I know it's a pretty inexpensive coating that is
like
very easy
1
to
to 2
apply.
years. Yeah.
And then you can give up price, and you can buy something like Yum 8-year, which is like $350 or something like that. It performs really well and is easy to install and works really well. So I think we're at a time where we can kind of do any of them. I think that, I don't know, I think that I would probably give up cost first. I would be the least likely to give up. I think ease of use or ease of installation has like a cliff, right? Like, I don't mind something being difficult to install. I do mind something being 8 steps, right? That there's a level. Like, I have cars with CSL XO. Now, who does a two-step coating at this point? Nobody does, right? But like, I have a car with CSL XO. It worked out well. I did it for a while. It was like a normal thing. I don't really consider that hard, And I have other coatings that are kind of hard to buff off or to cure, or to figure out when they're ready to flash, and different things like that. But I don't know.
I mean, if you remember the old days of coatings, I mean, it was a bear to deal with pretty much any coating. Like, if you weren't on top of your game, and you got that soft box watching for the flash and stuff like that, you're basically polishing off that panel and starting over again, because that stuff came on like glass. It was like putting on another clear coat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now we're in a time where we can ask the customer, what are they trying to get out of the coating?
Yeah.
And we can, take care of them based on what they want. I mean, so I'll tell them, hey, you want longevity and performance? You're going to pay up for it, son.
Yeah.
Or if you want it, quick, fast, in a hurry, and cheap, you're going to get 1 year spray on coating, and good luck to you after you leave here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I'm also 2 years into thick, and that's an $80 coating that was easy to apply and has great performance and longevity. Like, I think that we're also almost at a point where you can have all of it to a degree.
Right. But I mean,
you described the pentagram earlier. That's like an 8 all the way around.
Yeah, right.
And if you want a 10 in any one category, then that's where you spend more money, or you give up something else somewhere else. But
which vehicle's got the thick?
The wife's car.
Wife's car,
Mercedes.
and so the one that barely leaves.
Daily. I mean, it's her daily. It gets driven
okay.
every single day. It's like, I mean, she's got like a 35-mile round trip, but so it's not a ton of mileage, maybe 7,000-8,000 miles a year. But I rinseless wash it once a week too, and it's taken good care of. But
right.
I also live in a place where my weather is stupendous. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that, like, being in California, we are we're super lucky to get a good environment, and if you're able to garage keep it, that makes a big difference on the coating.
Absolutely, it does.
Couple more questions, and we can call it a wrap.
Yes, sir.
All right. Chelsea asks, if 2 pH neutral soaps have the same pH but vastly different cleaning ability, what does that tell us about the importance of surfactants chemistry compared to a pH alone? Which one of you chemistry majors want to hit this first?
Yeah, I'm not a chemist.
Well,
I mean,
you don't need chemistry. Go ahead, Jeff.
I was just gonna say, I posted a rant the other day about like people that were looking at SDS sheets and thinking that they can reverse engineer what makes up a product. I feel very similarly about people that are looking at pHs and using that as a singular way to judge a product, especially if we're talking about safety and everything else. Like, you can judge a product for having a high pH or a low pH, but we drink Coca-Cola and that's got it's like a 3. You know what I mean? And we put that in our body with no problem, So like, there are different ways to produce pH, both high and low, and different materials and surfactant packages. And some things are more dilutable than others. And like, there's so many ways to make a chemical. And I don't know. I think you're looking at one variable. You're looking at horsepower and trying to decide if it's a good car or not, without being concerned with materials, quality, tires, seats, comfort,
suspension. Yep.
Yeah, anything else. Yeah. You're looking at one number on a spec sheet, and I don't think that's realistic.
My tap water is neutral, so it's not a great.
Lucky. My tap water is toxic.
Here's a question.
Toxic is Pocatello. I tell you that.
Yeah. And guys, like SDS sheets are not meant to be, hey, this is the ingredient list. This is meant. it's meant to be like what you need to do in case of an emergency. You know, like, hey, what major chemicals are in here that may have poisoned or caused skin irritation or got into someone's eyes or into their systems?
Yep.
That's what it's there for.
Yep.
So
It's for first
Not a
responders.
recipe.
yeah,
First responders and hospitals in the event of an emergency. That is exactly why they make them.
right. So it's not an ingredient list. So, you know, cut the shit trying to figure out the secret ingredients and like
Glycerin.
this stuff is better than this stuff and whatever. It's like, dude, you know, it's like, get a life.
But I think that the question should more be answered to the fact that look how much better surfactants we're getting now than we had before. Because
Right.
what is it? Mr. Pink was a pH neutral soap, and like that was what 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to a pH neutral soap of today, which has a surfactant package of, you know, something's, you know, vastly better than it was before. So I don't think it's that they're trying to look at whatever's in the SDS sheet. I think they're trying to point out that
and this is not pointing at Chelsea, by the way. I love you, Chelsea. So don't think that was towards you. That's definitely towards like the general population that, you know, looks at that way. But
yeah, so
And that was the way I took her question was that she's like,
what I'm trying to say is the chemistry has gotten so much better since then that
of course
it's going to be a lot of
It's hard to compare.
ability and a pH neutral soap. That's all.
Yeah.
That's where I'm.
The pHs are a secondary thing. You know, it's like, all right, it's nice to know if it's an alkaline or an acidic soap, and it's a guideline of where I'm going to use that soap for what, you know, purpose. You know what I mean? If it's pH neutral, all right, I know it's not going to be, you know, one way or the other on the cleaning scale. It's going to be more for lubricity and for, you know, for contact versus like if I get something that's on a 3 or 4, okay, I know that's going to be for demineralization, if anything, you know, or if it's how high alkaline, I know that's going to be for like, you know, a pre-wash or getting some major dirt off. That's what I look at pHs for, is just to give me a guideline. If I was to take a surfactants package A and surfactants package B in front of all you guys, you would say, what the hell is that? You know, you're not going to know what the hell I'm putting in front of you. We're taking the word of the manufacturer and whoever's selling us the, you know, like the distributor saying that, hey, the surfactants package is, you know, XYZ. It does this and it's really cool. You should buy it. We take their word for it. We try it out.
Yeah.
If it's good, great. If not, we buy the next product and see if we like it.
Yep. I think we have time for one more question.
And this one's for Dawn.
All right. Dawn, you want to read it since it's for you?
Sure. If the detailing community generally favors satin tire finishes, why do glossy tire dressings continue to be top sellers?
Very high brown community in the United States now, I think. So that's probably why.
Greg, ban him.
There's a thing at the end that says this does not reflect the opinions of all people.
Yeah,
that's what that's written for.
Yeah, I mean it's all personal choice of, you know, whatever you like in your eye that makes you think, hey man, that thing pops, or it looks nice. You know, go with whatever you like.
It's all personal preference.
It's the same. It's just the same as someone buying a matte black car and a gloss black car. I mean, someone likes the matte black and someone likes the glossy one.
It's all personal preference. I mean, I usually ask the customer, you know, which way they'd like to see, you know, the tire at the end of the detail. If it's if they like matte, satin, shiny, glazed donut. It's all personal.
I think too the detailing community is a very small portion of who are buying tire gloss, and we are also a more esoteric community. So we might think, oh, it's really cooler to get a matte finish because that's gaudy because we're super elite, right? I don't think that the general population is like that, and they want people to notice that they have tire dressing on, right?
Yeah. I think the glossy tire dressing stays around longer, so it looks clean longer for people that don't take as good of care of their products. I also think that every car dealership on earth has, and no no dig at you. Every car dealership on earth has bad taste, and they all do super glossy tire dressing on the the F-150 that's sitting on the showroom floor. You like rub up against it with your pants, and you've got a black stain on them now. And
Forever.
so you're buying a brand new car and it's coming glossy, and I think that the manufacturers have created this appearance of like, oh well, that's what a clean new car is supposed to look like, and we realized that F-150 on the showroom floor actually has a whole bunch of swirls on it, although it's got 4 miles. To us that's not good enough already.
Right.
But to normies, that's when they take it to the detailer and they get the glossy tires and the shiny chrome rims, it's like that's what I bought. It looks just like one of the day I picked it up, and that's positive to them. Right?
It's a double-edged sword with those glazed donuts. Let me tell you, all right, because we put that glazed shit on the tires, and problem is if the car doesn't sell within a few days and it's been sitting outside or parked out, in pollen season or whatever, that stuff is like yellowed, caked on crap, and it takes like some of the nastiest shit in the world to try to get it off.
Yeah, so you got to go over them like 3 times with a brush spray.
Yeah,
yeah, brush.
Yeah. So it's a double-edged sword. We want it to look good, but at the same time, if it doesn't sell right away, I got to clean those things up and do it all over again.
But that reflection on the front line pops when you're driving by the dealership too. So and that's what you're trying to do, is get somebody to stop.
Yeah,
it's all about curb appeal.
But the other thing with the glossy.
Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna say it's kind of like TVs. You see, if you ever go to like a Best Buy or something, they always change the settings on the.
They're
TVs
all in demo mode. They're all cranked up to 11. Right? They're on vibrant.
Everyone expects like that pop color. Yeah, the vibrancy. It's the same thing with the tires.
Yeah, and you do any sort of accuracy testing on any TV at any Best Buy.
And it's all jacked up.
It's way off.
Jacked up.
The Delta is like way out of whack.
What's funny is like the first time I got a high contrast TV, it was like visually my eyes couldn't compensate for like all the contrast and all the different movement, the higher frames per second and everything like that. But now it's like second nature to me. And it's like yeah, whatever. I think it happens with tires, where it's a glazed donut at first, but when you're doing it every single time, it's like, that's normal to me.
It's normal.
Yeah. So I think that's what happens. I think people just get used to that look.
Agreed.
And it's not only the look. What I was going to say was, if you get the super glossy stuff, you can dilute it and make it last longer. So maybe detailers can be using that to save some money. So now you're going from a 5-to-1 to a 1, down to 5-to-1 and get your matte or satin finish.
Yeah, I think we're getting the music is starting to play us off, kind of like they do at the award shows.
I think we're getting off the stage with the closing music.
You don't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, David. Hey, great discussion tonight, guys. That was
awesome.
Really good. That was really good. I do like the wheel. I don't know if you guys liked it.
Let us know in the chat. How they like the wheel and
or in the comments after.
And if you like the wheel, we can fill up the wheel with more suggestions, and Greg will be happy to spend his whole week on putting stuff into that wheel.
Yeah, I mean, there's still 6 things on it from. There's still 6 good questions on it.
And stay tuned for next week when this guy here will answer the questions first again.
We'll see. I might change it. It depends on how hard he comes at me this week.
You gotta give Fernando a fighting chance. Put a sliver of one, like someone else's name, like just put anybody else besides Fernando.
They don't have to be here though, right?
Now I'm coming for you, Greg. I want to be the first one to answer all of them now.
For you. There you go.
One more plug. Go over to the Discord, and there's a suggestion channel in there. So throw in your suggestion for the wheel. We could use it. If there's some if you want, throw it in there.
We didn't have it posted today, but it's discord.gg/CCC pod is the code. So I just posted it in the chat down below. If you type that into a web browser, it'll take you to the sign up page. Note, if your Discord account is brand new, your Discord account needs to be at least like 30 days old or something along those lines before it'll let you join. So if you make a brand new Discord account just to join, it might not let you right away. That's just to keep bots and stuff like that out. But discord.gg/cccpod will take you to the Discord, and there are like, 70 people in there now, something like that. Decent
Come
amount.
on in, say hi. I'll buy you a drink.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just
65.
enough of us, stop by.
Yeah, that'd be
Make sure
great.
to add it to the description.
All right. With that being said, thanks everyone for stopping by. Please stick around for the next 40 seconds. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in a couple seconds. Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Peace.
Have a good
Thank you.
one, everyone.
Thanks for listening to Clearcoat Confessions. Just a quick reminder, the opinions and hot takes expressed by our guests today are entirely their own and don't necessarily reflect the views of the hosts. Detailing involves heavy tools and strong chemicals, so if you try any of the techniques or products we talked about today, you do so at your own risk.